Okay, hello everybody. Let me just check my headset. Yep, just to make sure you can hear me and see me okay, and then we'll get started. Thank you, Angie. Lynn, okay, let's get going then. Today is Wednesday, 29th of October. Hope everyone's having a good day wherever you are. Let's bring you straight up to date then. In your OES, there's nothing new there, but keep an eye out. This is where the information is going to be on how and what we are to expect moving forward into Victory with Ash. Okay, so that's where we need to be checking into. So keep your eyes on there. As I said yesterday, whilst we're in this kind of waiting period, and it is literally only going to be a matter of days, by the way, guys. So don't move away too far. I thought I would spend this time trying to bring something that I've found to be extremely interesting. Within the new website, Victory with Ash. And as I said the other day, I do recommend that everybody does spend the time to have a look at it and to really go through absolutely every part of it that you can. I'm getting an awful lot of information from it, and you guys should be as well. And what I am doing at the moment is researching and looking at other stuff. One thing actually, I'm obviously going to talk about something else, but the KYC is being done by a third party called hang on, what's it called? I wrote it down. Did it? Okay, did it, and you can research what did it is on didit.me. They are the company that are going to be used for the third party. But it's interesting actually to go to a website and actually have a look at Did It and to see who they are and what they are and all the other companies that use them, etc. They are literally one of the largest backroom KYC companies that a lot of companies do use. So it's very interesting that we are using them as well. But anyway, part of what I've been looking at is the training and benefits section of the new websites, and it does run through, doesn't it? A lot of the things that we're going to learn within Victory with Ash. And one of the things I wanted to expand on is the third part of the benefits you can feel and see within Victory with Ash is set bold, measurable goals and begin mapping the first concrete steps to achieve them. Now, when I was doing a little bit of research about this, about measured goals, there's a really good acronym that many marketers and business people use as far as setting goals, and that is SMART, SMART. Now, SMART is it's a creative adjective, okay, that means specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. These are all to do with setting clear goals and establishing metrics within those for tracking progress, ensuring for a start that goal is realistic, and connecting it to your values and set a firm deadline. This method provides structure, eliminates guesswork, and increases your likelihood of success. And I thought that using the SMART analogy, and we'll run through each of those individual ones as part of it, is a really good thing to learn when we go into Victory with Ash and we are taught how to set the goals, how to have those measured goals and the mapping. Okay, to be able to achieve them. And if we use this analogy of SMART in between all of that as well, it really will help us to achieve what our goals are and obviously our ultimate success. So the S part in SMART is specific. You need to be clear about what you want to accomplish, whatever it may be. Everybody has or should have a clear vision of what they are trying to accomplish here. So from the offset, what are you doing here? What is the reason you are doing what you are doing? Is it for financial benefit? Is it to do it for a third party cause, orphanages, homelessness, whatever it may be? Have that clear objective in your mind when you are setting out. This is part and parcel of how to set those goals. What are you trying to achieve? What is it if you are just looking at replacing a small income with your online work? Well, that is your objective. That is your goal. If you are looking to become time and money free, then that is your goal. Whatever it may be, make sure that you set it out, okay, and be clear. And also, more importantly, want to accomplish it. So ask questions like, what needs to be done? This is you asking yourself, what do I need to do to accomplish this goal? Where am I going to get that information? How am I going to learn it? And what steps are needed for me to get there? All these questions you should be able to get from Victory with Ash within the learning program that we're going to see there. It's a bit like saying, I want to get fit. Okay. Be more specific. Okay. I want to get fit is not a specific terminology, is it? But saying, I want to run 5 miles or 5 kilometers, that is specific. And that is the difference of what we're looking at here is, instead of being general, be specific about what you are trying to achieve. Why? Because if you have specific goals and targets, you are far more likely to be able to achieve them, or at least get very close to them, than having a vague, wishy-washy area of where you want to get to. It's the old saying, reach for the stars, you might hit the moon. Okay, have a specific goal in mind of what you are trying to achieve, and even if you fell a little bit short of that target, of that goal, you still are going to be in a fantastic situation because of what you have achieved to get to it. So that is the S part of SMART. The M part is measurable. Define how you will track your progress and know when you have actually succeeded. Okay, it's all very well having this plan, it's all very well having this target, but how are you actually going to track how you are progressing towards that target? And this can be done in loads and loads of ways, guys. It's not just about having the idea. You can use metrics and milestones to give you that area of where you want to get to. For instance, if you use the analogy of, I want to run 5 kilometers, for instance, how many times are you going to run a week? So for instance, if you say, I'm going to run 3 times a week and I'm going to do half a mile, okay, each time I'm going to run for that week. Okay, these are measured things that you are doing to get to your goal. And then the following week, I'm going to run 3 times, but instead of doing half a mile, I'm going to do 3/4 of a mile. See where we're going here? This is you tracking your progress of how you are going to get to the goals that you are setting. In business, it's exactly the same. We are going into a learning area, a program that is going to teach us an awful lot of things that we are going to use for ourselves moving into the next business with our CEO, Ash Mufarah. It's important that we also track our progress. And I'm sure there will be something within Victory with Ash that will track our progress. Otherwise, how will they know who has done what within the learning courses? You could just say, yeah, I've done it. I'm now ready to go to the next business, unless they actually do track how you have progressed through the programs or courses that are going to be there. The A is for achievable. Okay. Having goals is one thing, but ensuring the goal is realistic and attainable within the resources available is almost more important than just having a goal. There's no point in saying, I want to be a millionaire in 6 months. It's not really achievable unless you are superhuman, very lucky, and you've got the will, determination. You're more likely to have a more realistic goal of saying, I want to earn, we'll say, for instance, sake, $100,000 within 6 months. It's a big number, but it's still a little bit more attainable than 1 million. So you set yourself goals that are realistic and attainable within the resources available to you and what you are going to be learning. It should challenge you without being so overwhelming that you actually end up giving up. How many times have so many of us joined clubs, said we're going to do something, and then it goes by the wayside? How many of you joined a gym? You get very euphoric about it, you get into it, things are going well, all the rest of it, and then you miss a day, and then you miss a week, and then you miss a month, and by the end of it, all that hard work has really gone by the wayside. The same as any sports and all the rest of it. Within business, it is vitally important that you set realistic targets so that you don't give up before you've even got halfway through achieving those goals. It should also align with your values. Oh, sorry, achievable. Yeah. So the example we're giving here is the 5K run. If you've never run before and you want to aim to do 5 kilometers in a week, it might not be achievable, but training for 3 months makes this a lot more realistic. You are building up to it. The same as what we are going to be learning within Victory with Ash. We're not going to learn it in the first week. We are going to be progressing through it through stages. Some people will learn quicker than others. But at the end of the day, it's not a race. It's about being able to learn at your pace to achieve your goals. And this is why it is vitally important that those goals that you set, you are realistic about it and you use the process to your advantage to be able to get to these goals. Now, the R in SMART is relevant. Confirming the goals is meaningful and worthwhile. So you want to make sure that if you do get these goals, that they actually do mean something to you. What do I mean? What do I actually mean by it's relevant? It's all very well saying, I want to earn money, but is that money going to make a difference to your life? Or is it going to make a difference to other people around you? So is this goal that you are after for yourself, for others, whatever it may be, it has to have a meaning to you. Otherwise, you are not going to give it the attention that it deserves. It really is going to be something that is not going to excite you, I suppose. It's not going to get under your skin and really make you want to work for it. It has to have a meaning to you. This meaning of goals should be aligned with your values, your passions, and other important things within your life. So that goal has to have that type of meaning to you for it to be relevant, which is the R in SMART. And the T, what is this? It's time bound. To set a clear deadline, to create the urgency and accountability of where you want to get to within a time frame. Now, that time frame can be anything. Okay, you can say this time next year, you can say within 3 months, you can say within 6 months, you can, whatever that time frame is, you should set it out from word go, so that that is what you are working towards. This is what is going to encourage you to keep going, to be able to achieve those goals, because you are setting yourself constraints, I suppose, at the end of the day, which will make you more focused on your goals, so that you will have a much higher probability of achieving them, because you are focused within this time frame. That funnel is narrowing towards the time of when you need to achieve this goal, so that that urgency is there for you to step up, to be able to do what you need to do to get to that goal. This includes having a specific start date and a target of a completion date, if you can set one. So for instance, on the 5K goal, if you've got a 12-week target, that is where you want to be able to run 5 kilometers within 12 weeks. And you set out your training program so that the 12th week, guess what you're going to do? You're going to run 5K. It really is important that you understand how it all works. For instance, if you've got no SMART goals, okay, you will use terminologies like, I want to be more active, or I want to be rich, or I want to have time freedom. These are just thoughts in your mind. But if you're more specific, you can say, I'm going to walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week, and then the next 3 months I want to improve my cardiovascular so that I get to 5 kilometers within 12 weeks. That is using the SMART goal analogy, because you have broken it down and you have made sure that your training program is going to make sure you get to that 5K. And it's the same within business, and it's the same with if you've got financial goals or you have other goals that you want to achieve. For instance, if you're doing YouTube, set your goal out to say, within 3 months, I want to have 1,000 subscribers. And you work towards having 1,000 subscribers within 3 months. This is a realistic goal that you can achieve by utilizing yourself and all the rest of it, so that you can achieve those goals. What we're going to learn within Victory with Ash, is the business side of things. We are going to be taught on how to set goals for business so that we can achieve realistic targets that we have got in our mind's eye. But it is important to understand that you have to have a start and you also have to have an end. Set your stall out for where you want to be. Now, you can also have a big goal, massive one out there in the distance, but you use the smart goal system to set small goals of your journey along the way to that big goal that you have. There is nothing wrong with that at all. And a lot of people do this so that they keep on track of their progress of how they are going, because big goals really are daunting for an awful lot of people. They are so big, so overwhelming that they can't even fathom it. By setting smaller, SMART goals along the journey gives you achievable targets to set for yourself so that you can get to them where they are. And you can use this terminology for anything. It doesn't have to be just business. It doesn't have to be getting fit. You can use it in everyday life as a whole. You can use it for YouTube. You can use it for, I don't know, anything really. It doesn't really matter. But it is a very good way of learning things and setting those small goals so that they become achievable. And guess what? You get to celebrate them. And that is the most important thing. Celebrate the small goals and achievements that you have set for yourself so that then you can go on to that big goal. I've used the 5K analogy. If your goal is to run a marathon, for instance, you can say, I want to run a marathon. But how are you going to do it? Setting the 5K goals is a perfect way of building up to it. 12 weeks, I want to run 5Ks. Within 6 months, I want to run 10K. So you've got to 5K. Guess what happens when you get to 5K? You then set your goal from 5 to 10, and then from 10 to 15, etc., until you get to a stage where you can run a marathon, if that is what you want to do. It's the same analogy for anything you do. Set the small goals, celebrate them when you reach those targets, and then move on to your ultimate objective using the same system, and you will not go far wrong. We are going to be taught all about this kind of thing within Victory with Ash. It said it on the website. Set bold, measurable goals and begin mapping the first concrete steps to achieve them. Using the SMART goal analogy is a perfect way for you to set those bold, measured goals. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. I'll be back around tomorrow, Thursday. Okay, keep your eyes on the OES. That's where the information is going to be. Thank you for popping by. I hope it's been interesting. I hope it's helped you to maybe set some of those goals for your future endeavors through Victory with Ash, and then on to whatever that big, bold, beautiful shared dream is going to be within the next business. That's it from me. Bye for now.